Hey everyone, this is Sourabh here, and today I'm going to tackle one of the most asked questions among all the candidates who are planning to appear for technical interviews. The question is how to prepare for DS Algo Rounds. To give you some context, most of the interviews for technical roles like software development engineers, member of technical staff, site reliability engineers, etc., all of those are mainly divided into two parts. One is the technical round and another is the behavioral round. Now these technical rounds, what the most of the interviews will do is they will throw at least one or two questions of data structures and algorithm at the candidate, and the candidate is expected to understand the question, come up with a optimized solution, and write a working code for that problem. All of that in the same interview in a span of 20 to 25 minutes per question. Now this is not an easy task to do, especially if you are not prepared and if you don't have practice. So what I'll try to cover is what sort of topics you should cover and how you should cover them. Now, data structures and algorithms, or DS and algo, is in itself a very vast field. No candidate in this whole world is expected to know everything about it, especially the candidates who are freshers or just fresh out of college or with only 1 or 2 years of experience. There's a very sort of limited set of topics that you actually need to prepare, and that will get you through 95% of technical companies, and that should be like a very good start if you are planning to crack any interviews. Now, how to prepare for the remaining 5%, that is whole different story. But most of the companies you will get to cover if you study smartly and make sure that you cover only selected topics. Now, uh, I'm going to get a little more technical here. So like most of the data structures that you need to study here will be arrays, linked lists, queues, stacks, trees, graphs mainly. And you need to make sure that you go over basic algorithms like greedy, dynamic programming, sorting and searching and all that stuff. Once you cover most of these sort of basic topics, you don't really need to study a lot of difficult ones. uh, I'll tell you, I'll say the figure of 95% might even be less if I consider practically that like most of the companies, they won't really ask you any question that involves data structures more complicated than graphs. And saying graph or trees, it's like it has become a very vague term because these are also very deep topics and involves a lot of complicated versions of themselves, right? So you don't need to do that. Make sure like you just study the basic ones. You study like the binary search trees, the normal binary trees, red black trees and stuff. You don't need to go very deep into very complicated questions considering what you should do in that like 0.001% scenario that you might face. If you're prepared for the rest, going for that last bit of perfection is all right. But if you are at the preparation stage, you don't need to consider those. Just make sure that you cover all these basic data structures and algorithms, and you'll be able to mostly sail through most of the interviews. Algorithms are a very important part. Most of the companies, even Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they won't go into too complicated data structures. What they will do is they will take basic data structures and make them complicated, right? Now you see how that is going. They will take array and they will complicate it in a way that you will think that it is sort of a very it's a very big thing, but it is not, right? They will make sure that you are being asked the basic questions, and you're not expected to go to shoot for the stars, right? So all you need to do is prepare for these basic data structures and make sure your algorithms are good. Like, going over data structures is like you can go over all of them that is required for interview preparation in 2 days. That will be the end of it. But what you need to do is you need to know how to work on them, how to apply algorithms on them, and how to solve questions with them. That brings me to the second part, which is how to prepare, right? Now, this was mostly what to prepare, but on how to prepare, you need to know what sort of questions you need to practice, how much you need to practice, from where you need to practice, right? And for anyone who is trying to target tier 1 technical companies, I'll say lead code should be your go-to place. Lead code is the preferred mode of practice for most of the candidates nowadays. Try to solve at least 200 or 250 medium and hard questions. That should get you good. cover all the if you open lead code, there's sort of filtration available where you can sort questions based on difficulties and data structures, algorithms with different topics. So make sure that you prepare smartly, cover all the different algorithms. You don't want to end up practicing 200 questions of the same topic, because that will make you good in one but not so good in others, right? You want to have a balanced preparation, so make sure that you go through all those questions and all those topics. If you don't like lead code, there are other platforms as well. You can use InterviewBit or Scalar Academy. You can go through HackerRank, HackerEarth. These are some very good curated platforms. If you are looking for something more challenging, go for Topcoder. Topcoder is very good. I mean, there are multiple platforms out there. The main motive should be to practice. You need to make sure that you carry a stopwatch during preparation and you are able to come up with a solution to a question that you have never seen before in 20 minutes and able to code it in the same time. That should be the aim. And to wrap it up, make sure that you have a targeted areas to study, and you practice a lot of questions, and I'm sure you'll be able to sail through most of the technical rounds. Good luck.